Ladies and gentlemen, this can be the greatest crime couple ever. Those twins have the literal potential to change the crime world forever. So let them introduce themselves.
We're identical twins and we're both pregnant!
Hey, but this will be kind of normal, but those twins are married to another twins. They actually met in 2018 in twins, some kind of convention on camp, and since then they've been together. So if you are into crime stories, imagine this. Let's say this is gonna be our murdering couple, okay? And this is gonna be our normal couple over here. Okay, let's just say they will go and move next to you. But here is the catch. They will never tell you that they are a set of identical twins. They will just tell you that there's all normal people, okay? So only one of them. And you would never know that this another pair actually exists. And they have the best alibi ever. Do you know how creepy it can be if you don't know that this can actually be happening right next to you? What about your neighbor? Think about it. You have many neighbors probably. What if they secretly have some kind of identical twins? And you can interact with them. You want to go and start getting hints. You want to go and tell them something very specific. So you know that that person is who knows it. And if you come back to them and they don't know it, like a week later, you know it's their set of twins. But imagine it, this is so much potential. Look how this person is looking at her sister probably. But do you know at this point, I know this sounds kind of weird, but do you like switch them something like, not like weird way, but like just mistake them for one another, okay? Because this can be very, very weird. But it can get even better than this, okay? Because they are gonna go and have child at the same time. Okay, so let's see how that will go. So it's basically gonna be Joshua, Brittany, Brianna, and Jeremy. Now this is perfect because even their initials are the same. So it will be really hard to screw this up. And those names, they are kind of, you know, you can go and mistake them. If somebody gonna go to Jeremy and accidentally say Joshua, let's say, you can laugh it off, it was just a mistake. Okay, so this is very important. They really set it up perfectly. And they are really, really looking the same. Man, it's so hard to distinguish. Maybe it's like the same picture and they just flipped it horizontally and they are just playing with us. We don't know. This is why it is the perfect scene. Could you imagine, like you have one couple literally gonna go and rob a bank or commit some horrible stuff and stuff like that, but the second couple is, for example, sitting on some very public place. You want to go on a very, very, very public place. For example, you are sitting courtside on an NBA game. How can somebody go and tell you that you have committed that crime, but you have been in public view for so long and it's recorded on camera with thousands and thousands of people as your witnesses? Now, this sounds genius, right? But there is one thing that can ruin it all, because whenever you are born, there has to be probably a record that you weren't born as a single person, but you were actually twins. And this is something very, very tricky, because obvious thing that's gonna happen is that you're gonna fake that. So we have to really, really think about it, how we can go and use this to our advantage, because it's gonna be very suspicious if you have had twins before. So let's get back to the charts, okay? So they, in past, got pregnant at the same time, like there was like 3 weeks apart. But unfortunately, they both had miscarriages, which is very, very sad. But luckily for them, they are pregnant again. Brittany is due to next month, and Brianna is actually pregnant for 9 weeks. So they are a little bit apart. But there are a lot of more interesting stuff. I mean, come on! Now, if you look at the more pictures you see of them, like, this is amazing. Like, if you would just, you know, you are not looking closely to a person, okay? So you would just like go see them and you wouldn't even notice this, right? This is why this is the perfect opportunity for crime, I think. But also interesting question, like, if you have this situation and they're probably also living together under the same roof, isn't the child gonna be a little weirded out or stuff like that? Or could you imagine both of those pairs are gonna have another set of twins, so there will be 4 babies, and they are basically all gonna look the same, but they are gonna be like all different? Bro, this is not even the most interesting. Let's hear from Dr. Kevin Walsh why this situation is so rare, but also so fascinating for us.
This is a really special situation in that we have 4 parents, but only 2 sets of DNA. And what that means is these children are biologically, while they're cousins, they're biologically going to be siblings.
This is why it is so crazy, because they are cousins, they are siblings. Could you imagine? I know this sounds kind of weird. I know I don't want to promote that. It sounds very weird, but could you imagine they would go and get birth to twins, both of them, and those twins would start dating each other, like from opposite, like not the same, but like opposite, and they will go and produce another children. So they're gonna be their mother, uncle, father, aunt, grandmother, everything together, sibling and stuff. But you cannot go and distinguish this. I swear to God, if people like this gonna go and start committing crime, like how can you even go? Bro, this guy has serious killer. You cannot go and say they're even dressing the same. But here's the thing. I still don't have idea how we would go around the fact that they probably have birth records of them being the twins. So we would need to probably go and stage it so that one couple had some kind of accident or something like that and they're no longer with us, but secretly they're living there. Now, I don't know how to go about this, but boy oh boy, you can give me your ideas, because this is one of the, if not the most interesting stories. And I don't know, maybe it was written in some book or it was in some movie, but I've never actually seen crime story that has something like this, that you have 2 pair of twins, but they're hiding behind each other and they're secretly doing like crime and stuff like that. This is intriguing. So let me know if you want to go and see more stuff like this. Be careful about your neighbors. I'm telling you, be careful about your neighbors. And here's the thing, you may not even realize, but when they would have actually twins and twins, they would look alike. So you would have not only 2 set of people, but you could have had another people. You have 4 people that look exactly the same. So it's gonna be 4 boys. You have 4 boys that look exactly the same. So you need only 1 alibi. You can go and send to the NBA game only 1 of them and let 3 other commit crime. How crazy would that be? 1 will be committing crime in New York, 1 in California, 1 in, let's say, Wyoming or somewhere like this, and 1's gonna be in, for example, Dallas on an NBA game. This is crazy opportunity right here. Man, oh man, this was fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, definitely subscribe for more kind of weird videos like this. See you in the next one, and goodbye.